Well, hello everyone. Today is Wednesday, May the 19th, and it's my pleasure to bring the most recent update from today. We're at the Family Dental Clinic ice surface at the Quinte Sports and Wellness Center. And it's my pleasure to provide an update, and I've got some spectacular, fantastic, really good news to share today. We're very proud of being here and what the city's contribution is going to be. But let's start off with reviewing the current situation we are in Ontario, and certainly here in the Prince Edward Hastings Health Unit. So we are under a stay-at-home order under these provincial restrictions. We call them the lockdown. To talk about the fact that we've had a lot of reduced services. And it is looking like we have about 2 more weeks left. And I know what I sound like. I sound like a broken record because we've been talking for the last 15 or 16 months about 2 more weeks, just 2 more weeks, and it'll go on. But June 2nd is when these current restrictions are set to lift. We are expecting some news from the provincial government in terms of what the protocols will be happening going forward. You may remember previously we had color codes of green, yellow, orange, red, and black or gray in terms of a complete lockdown. And depending on your local case counts, it depended on what color you were in, and those colors all had different levels of restriction. So, green was the lowest. You were able to do most activities, and of course, gray or red was most restricted. So we are waiting to find out what those new protocols are going to be, but we will in the next couple of weeks. In the meantime, I'm really optimistic about it because we've done really well to this point. Everyone's doing the best they can. I'm grateful to everyone's cooperation, and I am so confident about not us just getting there, but then where we're going to go afterwards. They say that the bounce back will be much stronger than the setback of COVID, and I'm looking forward to a really bright future. But in the meantime, let's share the current numbers. So as of today's release by the Prince Edward Hastings Health Unit, these are the total number of active cases, and including, you see here, the new cases that were announced today. This has a running total for how many cases our region have had since the very beginning. And also here's the statistic about the number of tests that were completed so far. So these are people who have either gotten the swab test at the COVID-19 assessment center, or if they've been tested at hospitals, or if they've been tested by the mobile clinics that the ambulance paramedics have been offering. And here is the really good news. These are the total number of vaccines administered to residents here in our region, as well as the number of people who have been fully vaccinated. So these are really positive trends, and we're so happy to see these numbers. It took a long time to get them going, but as more vaccine has become available, we're seeing those numbers rise. We are really in a good spot here in terms of numbers of people who have gotten their first dose. And there's going to be much better news as we go along. So let's for a moment just review again the current vaccine eligibility. So now in our region and in Ontario, anyone that's over 18 years of age can be eligible to book through the provincial booking system. And I know there's been some frustration in terms of the wait or whatnot on it, but trust me, stay with it, and over the coming days and even weeks, more spots will open up. So I know we're all anxious to get our first dose, and it's going to come, but just be patient. There will be more and more availability coming on stream, so you can do it. I would say that you don't have to travel a long distance if that's the only option you have now. Wait, because we are going to have much more capacity locally. Also, if you are under the age of 18, but you work in a sector that is eligible, so for example, if you're in retail, or if you're in construction, or if you are in the restaurant and hospitality business, you can be under 18, 16 years of age and older now, and you can also get vaccinated your first dose. But again, go through that provincial booking system. Here is the address again, ontario.ca/bookvaccine, and go back regularly because new clinic dates are opening. So if you don't have anything before the middle of June or the 10th of June, I would book it, but then I would keep coming back because you'll have some availability opening up soon. As I said, that the current lockdown period has been extended by a couple of weeks to June the 2nd, and certainly we are frustrated with that as everybody else, because our numbers are dropping, very, very consistently. But we do want to encourage everyone to take advantage of the wonderful weather we're experiencing right now, and it's going to be a spectacular long weekend. So again, be careful, follow those 3 W's, wash your hands, wear a mask, watch your distance. But our trails, our parks, our playgrounds, our outdoor activities are open. And we at Belleville City Council, we have passed a resolution calling on the provincial government to allow for more outdoor activities, including things like golf and tennis and other activities that people can do safely. And but until then, we have to follow the rules, and we appreciate everyone's assistance. A little bit of business news before we get to why we're here today. We're now accepting applications for the Community Improvement Plan. And this is the action plan that came out of the Belleville City Council Housing Summit that we had in the spring of 2019. As a result of trying to build more housing and more affordable housing, more rental housing in our market, we had a number of actions that then required changes to our official plan and policy, and a lot of that required notifying the provincial government, but also having public consultations and going through a process. Well, that's all being done, and so now we are able to provide financial incentives that can help fund affordable rental housing projects, second units in homes, brownfield projects, that's contaminated sites that can be cleaned up to be developed, and as well downtown residential and facade improvement plans. More information is located at belleville.ca/CIP, and if you are interested in learning more about it, if you're a developer or a builder that wants to do this, please go. The deadline is May 31st for this initial round of financial incentives. But even if you know someone that wants to build here in Belleville, we are meeting them more than halfway to make it easier as we try to get this extra rental stock on the market. We are a community that's in great demand. People want to come here. They want to come here to live. They want to come here to open a business. They want to come here and do these great things. What we're really, really short on is available rental housing, and so that's why we focus on this. And this is just going to prime the pump and get that moving. When you become the 4th best place in Canada, according to Maclean's magazine, as we have been chosen for 2021, there's a lot more interest happening. So we're excited about Belleville City Council. Super excited about this new community improvement plan and being able to further have rental housing. This week is what we call National Public Works Week, and it is a way to celebrate all the women and men and the departments across the country and here in Belleville who are responsible for the services that we rely on every single day. Everything from transportation, so roads and sidewalks and traffic, to water, wastewater, sanitary, stormwater treatment, our public buildings, our open spaces, our parks, our playgrounds, also emergency management and first responders, our solid waste, so our garbage collection and those kinds of things, and then what we call right-of-way management, so areas of the city where we have to keep it safe so people, when they're driving, they're not looking over grass that's too tall or trees that are blocking their vision. All these departments, all these people, men and women who work there really make our city what it is, and this week we celebrate them, and so we say thank you to them for that. Dr. Collop was one of the individuals who was responsible 100 years ago for discovering insulin to help treat diabetes. Prior to the discovery of insulin, getting diabetes was a death sentence. They could not help people, and particularly young people perished so needlessly. Well, Dr. Collop, born here in Belleville, helped Banting and Best to be able to discover that the insulin treatment that allowed people to live. They are now being featured in a new Heritage Minute on the discovery of insulin. And so you may have seen pictures of this and may have seen some information. We are very proud of Dr. James B. Collop and his roots to Belleville. And this fall, we will be unveiling a brand new outdoor tribute to recognize his life and his contribution, how he saved basically he saved millions of people around the world, and it's wonderful. So again, Banting, Best, McLeod, and Collop will help to discover insulin, and we are going to have some more information regarding what the monument will look like and the timing of it, so stay tuned. So, why are we here today at the Quinte Sports and Wellness Center in the Family Dental Clinic? Well, this facility is going to be activated on May the 31st to be a vaccination clinic. City of Belleville, working in collaboration with the Hastings and Prince Edward Health Unit, have made this space available. You can see behind me we have chairs and we have registration tables and we have ways to manage traffic. Residents and people getting vaccinated won't have to come into the sports center. They have the ability to enter and exit separately. This is on a transit route, so people can get here. Plenty of parking, and there's lots of space. We are expecting that we will be able to process 2,500 people per day to get vaccinated here. And now that supply is available, because that was the question before, the federal and provincial governments have worked very, very hard to get a supply. Now that we have it, we are excited about opening this. As I said, it will officially open on May the 31st. It'll be through the provincial vaccine portal. So let's review that again, ontario.ca/bookvaccine. And more clinics will become available. If not before May 31st, then certainly after. We are so proud as a city council that we can cooperate and donate this space. I want to thank all of the women and men who work here at the Quinte Sports and Wellness Center that have made this possible. And this is some of the best news we've had throughout this entire pandemic. So I hope that as residents and business owners, you're very proud of how the city of Belleville is working through this COVID-19 pandemic, and we are so excited about this. Again, please don't contact the City of Belleville or don't contact the health unit by telephone. Go through that provincial portal and you can do it. Of course, we will still have vaccinations at the Loyalist College site, and there will still be vaccinations at pharmacies as well as some doctors. But this ability to vaccinate 2,500 people per day is incredible, and we are so proud of that contribution. So with that, I want to wish everybody a very happy long weekend. This is Victoria Day long weekend, and it is in honor of Queen Victoria. Queen Victoria was the monarch at the time who was in power during the development of Canada, during Confederation in 1867 when we became a country, but more importantly, in the time leading up to it. So when we talk about all of our systems of government, our legal system, where the capital city is and the provinces, all those things were approved by Queen Victoria. And certainly today, when we look back, we have an incredible country. And so she does get some of the credit for that. And this weekend we honor her. And I hope that you all will be very, very safe. You will enjoy it, of course, following all the regulations. And then we will get some good news about further relaxations going forward. Stay safe. If there's anything that I or any members of Belleville City Council can do, please don't hesitate to contact us. Happy Victoria Day.